YouTube. What's going on, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here. Going to give y'all week 9 of the NFL season. Yes, we're already halfway through the season. Overall record 23, 10, and 3. So you are around a 67% average winning, which is way above. They say 55% could change your life. So I can say we way above 55%. I am available on all platforms, whatever you get your podcast from, whether it's Apple, Google, Spotify. I actually even have it on YouTube if you don't want to see the visual me. I'm also on TikTok. Proving some haters wrong on TikTok. Hey man, I post my best bets on the YouTube Shorts and TikTok. So of course, same name, Pays and Plays podcast. You know where to find me at. All right. We went with the dogs last week, 2-3. Well, 2-1, 2 out of 3. We had Philly to win. Washington won with that crazy Hail Mary last minute, and Seattle lost. But still, two underdogs outright. You at least double profit of your money if you took those routes. Just that's all I'm saying. You make your money in the real sports betting industry with the underdogs. I'm not going to be like some of these guys that I'm starting to see that post videos and they say about, oh, I dropped 5,000 and it be on favorites. And I actually commented, I'm like, dog, do you only bet favorites? And he says negative, but every video I see, it's all favorites. No, no hating, but hey, how everyone do it. But when people hit you with 200 or $100 sports package bets, some people do that and it's pretty much no value, bro. It's just the highest favorite to win a lot of times. Let's just be honest with you. But anyway, let's get right into the slate. Thursday night football, Halloween in the Meadowlands. We got the Houston Texans traveling to the New York Jets. Jets 1.5 point favorites. Yes, if you have not been aware, Stephon Diggs officially out for the season, torn ACL. Hate to see that happen, but I still would go Texas to win and cover. At this point, it's just better coaching. I mean, I think the coaching scheme is just a lot better for Houston than it is with the Jets. Now, I have a close relative of mine, and he's a diehard Jets fan. He will say this probably be a game where they step up and win, even though they're 2-6. And I actually kind of agree on that. I won't touch this game. Halloween game. Expect some spooky weird shit to happen. I will probably be watching this game, but yeah, bro. That's all I have with this game. It's now that Stephon Diggs is out, I'm not going to guarantee go to the Houston side because their secondary on top of that has been iffy, and I do think this might be the week the Jets can have everybody flowing. That's just how I look at it. Next game, we got the New England Patriots traveling to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. Titans -3.5. Go ahead and make this the best bet for me right now, man. I'm going ahead with the Patriots to win and cover. You heard it first. Patriots to win and cover. Um, Titans played the Lions last week. And there's a thing that's been going around and saying that every time you play against the Lions the following week, you don't cover against the spread and you lose. They've been 0-5 straight up, 0-5 against the spread. The Patriots play a lot better to me than the Titans do. Even if Jacoby Brissett is playing. If Drake May is playing, cool. But I mean, I know the offensive line for the Patriots isn't the best. I understand it. I completely understand what everyone would think. But this Titans offense, bro, is awful. If it's Mason Rudolph, if it's Will Levis, and listen, that Patriots defense is Christian Gonzalez, bro. If he's going to have to check up against Calvin Ridley, I think he can have a great field day. Devontae Adams was locked. He locked down Devontae Adams, bro. And I ain't never seen Devontae get locked down like that. He shut him down. So I'm going with the Patriots to win and cover just off the theory of this Lions curse. Because I threw a little bit of money last week against the Rams just to see what would happen. And well, yeah, we saw the score of that Rams Vikings game, right? Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints. New Orleans traveling to Carolina Panthers. The Panthers are +7. Saints to win, Panthers to cover. The Saints shouldn't be 7 point favorites to anybody. That's just how I look. They only dropped 8 points last week. Carolina at least dropped 14. I mean, I know it's different games, different situations, but 7-point favorites, bro. I don't. I think this is one. We're talking Bryce Young, maybe still. This is going to be a nasty game, bro. This game calls out nasty for me. But +7, if it goes up to +8, maybe 9, I might be tempted to take the Panthers, bro. Is it a good bet? Probably not. It's probably for me to experiment. But in this situation, like I said, Saints are deteriorating. And them being a 7-point favorite on the road, I don't know about that. Like this Panthers team, for some reason, always shows up against the Saints when they play at Carolina. I don't know why, but they do. Next game, you got the Denver Broncos traveling to Baltimore, taking on the Ravens. Ravens 9.5-point favorites. Broncos to cover, Ravens to win. I mean, I told you guys on the upset alert why this Ravens team was on the verge of possibly losing to the Browns. There's no defense. There's simply no defense, bro. And this Broncos team can play some defense. Their offense is a little iffy sometimes, but they can play some damn defense, bro. And I do think this game was close because the Broncos are going to be given a lot more opportunities to score just off this defense, bro. I'm not saying they're going to shut down Lamar Jackson. They're going to shut down Derrick Henry. I just see it being a close game. I can see it being a 7-point game. I just don't know about having to win by 10 with the Ravens. Not right now. Next game, we got the LA Chargers traveling to the Cleveland Browns, the dog pound. Browns +1.5. Make this official bet right here. Number 2, Chargers to win and cover with the -1.5. Last night it was 2.5, and I saw it getting juiced to Cleveland +2.5. I was just waiting for that line to drop a point. I definitely took it at 1.5. This is the type of game that Chargers love to play. It's going to be both defensive smash mouth football. And I know everyone's going to think about, well, look what the Browns did last week. Look what they did last week with James Winston. Look what they did last week. It's a brand new week, buddy. You got to move on to next week. And I know it's going to be a lot of hype and a lot of reaction to the public off that. But listen, Jim Harbaugh slowly has an underrated season so far. You don't hear too much about him out there in the public like that, but look what they're doing, right? They would be in the playoffs right now if it was to start. Herbert is playing good. I mean, listen, they should win this game 1.5. The run game may be the only thing where they both kind of eating each other out. I just know Jameis Winston's eventually bound to throw a pick because we know how this guy is eventually when he gets too comfortable. Like I said, I love the opportunity they had against Baltimore, but it's a brand new week. Make it Chargers -1.5. Make it the best bet for me. Next game, we got the Miami Dolphins traveling to Buffalo, take on the Bills. Bills 6.5-point favorites. Bills to win the cover. I just seen enough, right? That game against Seattle kind of showed me this team. I don't think is missing anything. Dolphins. I don't know how they blow that game against the Cardinals. Yes, I said the Cardinals were going to win that game probably, but they should not have blew that game. I don't now. I do think points will be scored. I think if they can flirt with the 20s, if Buffalo first around with the 30s, I think the over cashes. I will lean over in this game. I don't really have a necessary side, but this is a game where the Dolphins don't show up for big games like this. 6.5 is a lot, but I'm greedy. I like the 7.5. I don't like the 6.5 though, but I'm going with Bills to win the cover, but I will lean towards the over in that game. Next game, we got the Dallas Cowgirls traveling to Atlanta, taking on the Falcons. Falcons 2.5-point favorites. If Parsons comes back, I would say Cowboys, but this game right here, I don't give a shit. I don't care for both teams. Yeah, that's really much what I'm gonna say, bro. This game here screams shit show to me. Anything with Cowboys, I stay away because they show up some games, and there's some games they completely shit the bed. They showed up the first half against San Francisco, and then the whole second half didn't show up. So I don't know what to expect with this team. If you was to look at some props, maybe look at CeeDee Lamb. I do think he'll get some nice touches against this Falcons secondary. You know, maybe anytime touchdown. That's just my thought, bro. I can't really process this game. Next game, we got the Washington Commanders at the New York Giants. Giants plus 3.5 point 3.5 point underdogs. Correction. I'm going to Washington to win and cover. How confident am I on the 3.5? Not really. If it was three, 2.5, I would probably pick Washington. Listen, this Giants team does fight. And the one thing I say about Daboll, time in, time out, he finds ways to move this offense down the field. Now, Daniel Jones threw that dumb pick, and I knew he was going to throw it to the running back, but he threw it to the running back way too late. Like, I see that whole play formed out when he was moving the ball down the field until he threw a pick. I mean, so I definitely know Steelers fans or bettors were definitely sweating at -6 because he was moving that ball down. If it's Malik Neighbors, I mean, I would say, look, go Malik Neighbors receiving props. I think that hit because he even hit against his Washington secondary. We know how the secondary for Washington is, but I just can't pick the Giants to win. And it sucks to say that, bro, but I just can't pick them to win, bro. I just really can't. I know Washington won off a lucky Hail Mary, but I just cannot pick the Giants at this point, bro, with Daniel Jones in. This has to be the last game where you have to say, look, Drew Lock, you're gonna have to come in, bro, because I don't know what else you can expect with Daniel Jones. Next game, you got the Chicago Bears, the Bears at the Arizona Cardinals. Now, two lines here because I looked at two different books. So FanDuel has the Cardinals at -1.5. DraftKings has the Cardinals at +1, making the Bears the favorite. So on DraftKings, there is a pick 'em. It's straight up pick 'em. And I'm going to Cardinals to win and cover. That's just what it's going to be. I know the Bears played. I mean, Caleb struggled against. I mean, I know they scored towards the end, but he struggled against a team with the Commanders, which defensively they're not the best, but he struggled. So this is a back-to-back road game situation. Now you're traveling out west to Zona. We didn't see that Chargers bet I had go down the drain because the Cardinals. You know, the Lions played. I mean, it wasn't like the Lions blew out the Cardinals either, right? The Cardinals is actually a tough team out west. You playing them in that desert. It's just a different feeling when you playing over there. And I just think off that home field, the Cardinals are. I mean, that NFC West is wide open. Anybody can take it. They won two games in a row, so they're feeling hot. I'm going to go with the more experienced team and the more experienced quarterback, and I'm going to go with the Cardinals to win and cover this game. You know what? Scratch all that. You make that the best bet for me, Cardinals to win and cover. Next game, we got the LA Rams traveling to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Seahawks +1.5 point underdogs. For my sake, you know, I have to go Seattle to win and cover. Is that the best play? Probably not. The best play will probably be the over. I need to hope DK plays, bro. And see, that's him not playing last week is the reason why that game went the way it did. It's easy to cover Jackson Smith and Tyler Lockett. They're two smaller guys, bro. I mean, I don't know, bro. The run game, I feel like they didn't even want to run the ball. That's what hurted them. You can run on this defense, bro. I mean, this Rams defense, it's not the best. But now that we know Cooper Kupp is back, Puka Nacua is back. Yeah, that's where you get a little bit of cautious on picking the Seahawks. But I want them to win. I just hope DK plays. If DK plays, it may be a slight deciding factor on that game, honestly. Next game, you got the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. Packers +3.5 point favorites. Y'all know Packers is my team. I know Lions fans. It's all good in game. I think Jordan Love right now is on the injury report, so I'm going to kind of hold off on making anything guaranteed. I want the Packers to win and cover. Right? I'm not biased though. That's a fan perspective saying that, but this game here is going to be close, either or. Both teams are good, and the Lions' run game is what they run off of. Now, this is why I'm saying everyone talks about Jared Goff should be MVP. I don't know about that. Only because the way they've been playing a lot through the run game, where he don't have to do too much. You know, he doesn't have to throw 200, 300 yards a game because the running backs are averaging damn near 100 yards a game. But this is a team they playing against now with Green Bay that have a better defense. This is the best defense I've been saying. This is the best defense I've seen them play since they won that Super Bowl back in 2011. This is probably the best one I've seen. If they shut down this run, I don't see how the Lions can win this game, passing the ball all the time. It's going to be a tough task when you got to deal with Diggs and Montgomery. You're dealing with two guys that are play totally two different styles. So you have to be aware of that. Offensive side, we already know about Jordan Love. He's kind of hurt, whatever. I think he should play, though. I think he should play. And yeah, against the Jaguars, they stumbled. You know, and I hear people, you know, I hear also sometimes people say, oh, Packers don't have no chances, Lions, because they barely beat the Jaguars. Well, how about you play in 100-degree humidity in Florida and you come back to me and tell me how that's going to work? Okay. Anyway, so I think this game leans under. I don't think it goes over. But the one thing for the Lions is going to be the test. It's going to be that secondary, bro. Packers got 3, 4 receivers deep. And honestly, all 3, 4 receivers can be at least number twos in other people's teams. This is something that Green Bay has always done. You talk about the Donald Drivers, the Jordy Nelsons, the Randall Cobbs, the Greg Jennings. Some of these guys were number one receivers eventually. Eventually, they ended up being number one receivers, but some of them weren't. And that's what this organization is good at doing. We know they can run the ball, and this is really test with the Lions D line, right? I mean, you're not really going to have a test against the Titans because they don't have a good passing game. But the Packers, now you got to see if Hutch is not around. Well, we don't know what's going to happen with the trade speculations as I'm recording, so it's going to be a tough game. In my heart, I'm going for the Packers, but 3.5 though, I might have to take that because I do think it goes to a game-winning field goal, and I'll be saved by the hook. Next game, we got the Indianapolis Colts at the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings 5.5 point favorites. Now, Anthony Richardson has been benched for Joe Flacco, which I've been saying they need to do that for a long time. This year, AR needs to just sit back for the rest of the year, bro. Just take mentorship under Joe Flacco, bro. This is how I look at it. I almost want to say Colts to win and cover. How confident am I on this one? Not sure because the defense. See, the thing I look at it for the Vikings is the defense, right? I know their defense is going to come at Flacco, but the thing Flacco does best, if he sees a blitz and he sees somebody wide open, we know he's throwing that boy down the field, bro, and he's not going to care. That's the thing about betting against Joe Flacco. You have to think about. He's going to throw balls, bro. You're like, bro. He's gonna just sling it out there, and you better hope that that you got the guys to cover it. And I don't know about this Vikings secondary. It's like other than other than Gilmore. And Gilmore is damn near 30 something. Bro, he's what, 35, 36? Come on, man. I don't like that this is a Sunday night football game either. This is the one game they pick. Nasty. Um Yeah, Jonathan Taylor coming back. See, I'm thinking about all of this. I'm leaning towards Vikings. I mean, the Colts. I don't think they'll probably win, but 5.5 though, you're kind of floating on waters with that one, bro. I mean, yeah, okay. My initial thought still would be Colts to win the cover. That would be a slight wild upset, but the Vikings have been kind of off ever since they lost to the Lions, right? I mean, we saw how that game happened with the Rams. Just saying, just saying. And lastly, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Kansas City Chiefs Monday Night Football. Chiefs 8.5 point favorites. Bucs to cover. Chiefs to win. I already explained this theory how many times for the Chiefs, bro. They don't cover these high numbers, man. That's pretty much what I look at it. I look at it as a teaser. You can tease it down from 8.5. And while I'm looking at it right here, let's go ahead. Let me break this down. So I would take for a teaser. This is just the first initial thought of the teaser. I would take I would take the Saints, drop that down, 6, 7, however many points you want to do it. Drop it down to maybe 1 or 0, depending on the number you get. Take the Ravens down from 9.5. If you do 7, you're getting 2.5, which means you got to win by a field goal. I think that's a smart idea to do if you're gonna do a teaser. So we'll do that. This is just off the dome. So this is me actually right here looking at the slate. I would take the Bills and drop that down from 6.5 using 7. So now you got to win by, I think, 1.5. You win. Well, I think it's like +1, something like that on top of my head. I'm just estimating. And and yeah, I would take the Chiefs, drop it down from 7, from 8.5, 7 points, make it 1.5. There you go. There are the teasers right there. Saints, Ravens, Bills, Chiefs. I gave y'all a teaser on Tuesday, so don't tell me I didn't give y'all a parlay. As always, guys, let's be safe out here, man, and let's get this money. Hit the like button, okay? I see I had less views, and I think I kind of figured out why. I know other people that do this, they're starting to get blocked because of the betting sites. They're blocking us, and I know it's for a fact because my algorithm has dropped. So hit the like button, share, pass the word around, whatever y'all can do, man, because they don't want us making money, but we've been making money all year. So as always, man, let's get this bread out here.